So hey, thanks for checking out the campground review of Camp Hatteras Campground in Rodanthe, North Carolina. Chances are, if you're coming to this campground, you're headed to the Outer Banks, and you already know there's only one road running north and south. The coastal area is only about, a half a mile to a mile wide. You're going to come across North Carolina on Highway 64 probably, and when you come into Nags Head, you'll take a right onto Highway 12, which is the Hatteras National Seashore. When you come into Rodanthe, you're going to pass an old abandoned water park there on your left, and that's kind of your cue to start looking. The campground entrance will be on your left. Again, you're going to come up on a left turn. You're going to see the crosswalk there for folks to be able to cross. The campground actually spans both sides of the road. It goes from the ocean all the way over to the sound, and so there is a crosswalk there. So most of the time traffic is really good about stopping and letting people pass. During the week there was never this much traffic turning left into the campground. This was just filmed on a Saturday morning when a lot of people were either heading north going to work, or they were leaving the Outer Banks and going home. Now if you are coming into Rodanthe from the south, meaning that you've come across the Ocracoke ferry into Hatteras, then you will be traveling north, and obviously this is where your turn will be. The kind of your hint there is when you pass through a little town called Waves, and on the sound side of the road, heading north to be on your left, you'll see the Real Surf Shop. That's when you start slowing down and looking for your turn in. Now here you can see the guard shack on the left. There's 3 lanes on the right where you can park, and the guard will bring you your site information when you check in, and the left lane is just a pass-through. Well, good morning. Give a campground tour here. Ready to go? So here in front of the Holy Roller, we're going to take Lori for a walk and kind of take a look at this whole campground. Now there is no trash pickup at this campground, but they do have trash cans where you can take your trash. Not that big of a deal. We're here in June of 2020 during the pandemic, and you can see that things are just really, there's just nobody here. I don't think there is an open space. We've been here for a couple days. I have to say that I have absolutely loved this place, and hope that you'll see kind of some of the great things about this. From the aerial shot, you can see where the pool is. They also have tennis courts, and they have cornhole, and they have a putt-putt course, and they have a dog park. Here's a site that somebody left this morning, and right over there you can see a Cruise America. So lots of people rent those and then come here for that. Heel. Hi. Heel. 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 They have some Mac Daddy nice rigs. And they do have 2 sides to the campground on either side of the highway. They have the sound side and they have the ocean side, and when you're staying here you have access to both. So you can go over to the sound like we're going to do and go paddle boarding. You can go out to the beach and go boogie boarding, lay out, do whatever. Again, some really super nice rigs. They do allow camping, like in tents, on certain areas. They have ice for sale here for, I believe it's $2, $3 a bag, something like that. It's not overly huge. Like if you're used to Ocean Lakes or Pirate Land or Lakewood, those places are enormous. This is, I guess for here it's big, but it doesn't come anywhere close to the size of those. There's just basically one loop around the whole place, and then there's a few little inner loops where the spots that you can park are. There's also different spots. There's ocean front and sound front spots, and then there's premier ocean nicer spots, and then there's just kind of everybody else. When we made our reservation, we decided to go for the premier ocean. We're not ocean front, so we're not in that breeze, but we are real close to the ocean. Over here you can see the tennis courts, playground, dog park, par 3 or a little putt-putt golf course, cornhole courts. Over here is the main building where the game room is. Of course, that's closed because of the pandemic, whatever. The pool is also in there. As we're going out, this is the guard shack. We're going to cross the road here and walk over to the sound. Now that's the sign if you're driving south on the highway here. Glory, let's go. Something else similar to I think it was Pirate Land. They have a food truck here. You do have to cross the road to get to it. At the Anchor Grill, a great menu, just burgers, funnel cakes, all sorts of comfort food. Haha. There's another conference center on this side of the road. With this is where their internet hotspot is. Every flavor of the rainbow as far as campers go. From bumper pulls to enormous fifth wheels to really big rigs to pop-up campers. But this is the primo spot for the sunset, because you actually get to see the sunset over the water. It's a long way back to the mainland here. You're thinking the whole paddleboarding thing, the wind here is just so tough right now. But you can see here's the sound, the Pamlico Sound that goes all the way back to the mainland of North Carolina. Over here you can see the boat launch that if you're staying here at the campground you have access to. There's also jet ski rentals, stand-up paddleboard rentals, boat rentals, all sorts of rentals there. Looking up the road you can see the new bridge that they're building, I guess to move traffic off of the road where all the sand is. And now kind of turning southward we can see the campground there, and then also looking back down toward Hatteras. Alright, there's the other side, the front side of the food truck. Come on, Corey, run. Come on. Alright, so here we're turning in. And here's where you'll stop at the guard shack. And then they have a through lane on the left, and then 3 hold short lanes on the right when you come in to stop and get all your information. Because of what's going on now, you don't even go inside. You just stay in your rig. They bring you your check-in information and your site assignment and tell you how to get there. That's all there is to it. There is an extra parking lot right here, so if you have people come, you're only allowed 2 cars per site. If you have any more, you park those over here. There's right when you come in, the very first thing is the laundry room, or the laundry building, I guess. At the front, there are a couple of loops to the right. Then when you get back into the park, all the loops go internal. So the main loop goes around the outside of the park, and then all of the inside loops go up toward bathhouses that are located in the middle of the park, and you can see that on the map. There's a couple sites that got vacant yesterday. I guess they will be filled up, or maybe vacant this morning. They'll be filled up by this afternoon. Now right over there, if I can zoom in on it, is the coolest thing in the world. It is a Class A toy hauler. It's got a back deck that folds down, and a back door, and then a roll-up door for, I guess, a motorcycle. Just amazing. So you can see on this, we are walking all the way from the Sound, all the way across this entire strip of land, all the way to the beach. Now this Class C up here on the left, I literally have just completely died laughing. I was sitting at my campsite, and I guess these folks have rented this Class C, and they only have that as a way to get around. So I was sitting at my campsite, which is on the other side of this loop, and here they are driving out. No lie, the awning was out. They drove all the way around with that awning out, and I stopped them and told them that their awning was out. And then they retracted it without damaging it. But I mean, yeah, that's the RV. Now we're coming up on one of the coolest rigs that I've seen in this entire vacation, and that is a fifth wheel that is pulled by a great big gigantic 18-wheeler with a sleeper. So right there it is. That is one heck of a tow vehicle. That is just awesome. If I saw that driving down the road, I would die. Now we're walking out to the beach. This is a little bit different than the other one, because the other one is boardwalk the whole way. But now we're in the beach. And there it is. All right, come on.
So many smells. So many smells. Oh, Daddy, I smell it everywhere. What is it? What is it? Glory, come on. Come on. So that is the beach cabana. Heel. There's one thing that I will say about this place, and that is that there are no kids driving around on golf carts. And there's no golf carts thumping loud music. Very few kids are riding around on bicycles. But that's about it. So it is not, again, like Ocean Lakes or Pirate Land or Lakewood. It is very well patrolled and policed here. There's no loud stuff after 10. There are a couple of these motorized deals. Again, adults are driving them and they're not driving crazy. So now we've walked completely around the loop and we're coming back on the Holy Roller, which is right here on the right. You can see it right there with the Impala right there in front of it. So all in all, a good walk and also a complete view of every part of this campground. It's just a really, really awesome place. I have to say, if we ever come back here, this is where it's going to be. And there's Mama having her coffee in the morning. Good morning. How are you? Yay.
Wow.